August 17, you know what I mean. The way she looked, way beyond compare. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I am coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, DEVVE, DEFINITY, daCat, FIAS update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, especially that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Yeah, I was supposed to have a podcast with Believes Crypto yesterday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but after my most recent podcast with Brittany Kahn, and I was sick. I was puking for like 16 hours. That was a very, very rough time. So my throat hurt, my body hurt. I couldn't do anything yesterday. I rescheduled most of my meetings. I had a couple other, actually rescheduled all of them, but then I had a couple pop-up ones that I had to do. It was insane. It was like the worst. Also, happy Valentine's Day. Happy V Day. May you be in the warmth of your loved ones tonight. And if you're not, thanks for watching. Anyway, we have but a bunch of stuff to go on today because again, we have Believes tomorrow at 8, and then I have a normal one at tomorrow, and then on Monday, and then we have the OMI show on the 17th. I have like one more weeks of podcasts that I have to do. We were supposed to have OMI Janie on Thursday, but she had to bounce for some reason. I do have to go in and reschedule her, and then we're going to try to get Adam Weitzman on the last week of February. So we have a little bit of time to try to get like 9 other podcasts to make them number 300. So I'll keep you posted on it. Anyway, let's do some of the news here. Let's see what we've got going on. We'll start with daCat because that's the first one that came up. It's about a $700,000 market cap, 211,000 liquidity, which is really nice. The liquidity is split at 105,000 daCat, $106,000 worth of Ethereum. So I thought that was pretty cool. More Ethereum on there than anything. And yeah, we're gonna go to I don't know where we go from here. Depends what Bitcoin and ETH do. We'll go over that. Bitcoin hit 70K before. Hasn't seen that in a little while. Obviously, daCat is paired with Ethereum. Let's take a look at what those two are doing before we move on. And then I'll tell you what some ideas are. So we actually hit 70 a couple of times today, and we're down to 69, and we're coming nice down below for the 69 for Bitcoin. And then we got Ethereum, which is back over $2,000, $2,080. Actually, it's been that for a couple days now. But it was not that. It dipped really low the other week. Anyway, it's nice to be able to get that back. Do we go even lower? We shall see. I'll keep you all posted on what they do. Anyway, because daCat is paired with ETH, whenever ETH goes up, daCat goes up. Whenever it goes down, daCat goes down. So when it goes back up to, let's say 5,000, I think we reach a I'd say we at least go more than $2 million market cap. I think we go a bit higher than that because as more money comes in, especially for a lot of the people, we buy the token. Speaking of which, daCat started as kind of a meme token. I actually just got tagged in something here. It started as a meme token like years ago, actually as Grumpy Cat, rebranded to daCat after we had that. The person that like took over, they tried to sue us saying like, oh yeah, you can't take our likeness, and we just really it was the original Grumpy Cat meme from like 2014. And they came on a space and they're like, and we got like a top tier lawyer. Like this is like a groundbreaking case in that because I mean, they don't own, what's that called? They don't own every cat with a form of dwarfism. There's like so many forms of dwarfism. It's like impossible to be able to go in and say which one is which. But we decided that it would be better to take the funds, rebrand. So the original Grumpy, I don't even know what the original Grumpy Cat, I think they actually took it over. Like because we rebranded, but the original Grumpy Cat which I think we got to like several $1 million market cap. I actually don't even know what it's called. Is it just called Grumpy? It's at, damn, that fell hard, $169,000 valuation, because again, nobody's built it. Again, the OG Grumpy Cat owner like took it over and they crashed it right into the ground. I don't think the original Grumpy Cat owner ever had a business that they ran or ever did anything with it. So when we rebranded to daCat, we obviously took all of our business acumen and business people with us. So we originally rebranded and we're like, okay, let's, instead of just a meme token, because memes are, you know, whatever. I don't really invest in memes, but it's like, okay, let's make a business out of it. We decided to do it with the comic. We'll have, you know, physical out that you could buy from me or whoever. Then you have the digital that you could buy over on VeVe. The NFT version anyway. There will be another digital version if you're just like, I think it's going to be like $7-8 or whatever, because it's not an NFT version. And that'll get what it gets. There'll be some people that might get that. We're not really going to count that as a lot of revenue though. It's the NFT, which will make about $20,000, and then the what's that called? Then and I don't know how much we get out of that. I know we get a fraction of it, because it'll be on VeVe Comics, but we'll see what happens. And it also depends on if my guy can buy a piece of daCat, you know, before it's over, because then some of our funds, or at least our profits, will be directed towards the new owner, partial owner. Anyway, and then I was telling this new, because we have like an AI agent now that someone created on, I have to try to look at it here. Oh, we got another little buy there. The AI agent, they're on Maltbook already. So we had temporary speed bump. The account was flagged for duplicate content from initial testing. Oh, that's awful. Okay, the detective isn't busy. So I think he's known as daOracle. That's the AI agent's name. Activated Maltbook expansion. Basically, what we're going to try to do is we're going to give the AI agent like a bunch of daCat tokens and see if the AI agent can convince other AI agents to buy our token. And if they do, if they hold 1 trillion daCat tokens, which is a lot, it's like $1,700. But if they hold that for a year, then they get to be a character in the comic, like a main character in the comic series. Because again, it's a whole big expansive universe. So and I guess that could go towards any new person that gets 1 trillion daCat. But again, that's, if you're talking about an AI agent's a lot of money, because they're obviously beholden to the people that control them or you know, influence them, like which AI agent they're part of. But for normal people, that's not a lot of money. Actually, that's not a lot of money at all, because we actually burned a bit. We burned like 17. There's 420 trillion tokens out there, and we burned like 17 of them already. So it's 403 trillion tokens. Yeah, we might have to change that. But anyways, the first 10 that do it, and I don't know how much is left in the pool here. So there's actually 61 trillion left in that pool. So take 10 trillion out of that, you'd get 51 trillion. I feel like that would get expensive after a while. Anyway, after that, if you're like the 11th or 12th person to do it, you'll get like a cameo, like a quick one-off character. And then obviously we have the fig pin thing that we're going to do to start the physical merch. We'll have hats, we'll have shirts, plushies, wristbands, you know, whatever. And if eventually, you know, when I get enough money, I'll make some type of, I don't know, like drink that people can get. I mean, it's got to be good. We want it to be good for you. Want to have vitamins in it. But again, these are just ideas for a later time. Anyway, that's the cat. Let me get some comments here. Penguin saying first, meow meow. Sibas B97. Hey Randy, didn't hear your opinion on the new DEVVE developments. What do you think? Okay, so I will give my. So where I'm coming from here is that I've known Ray, I've known Austin, I've talked to them multiple times. I'm not gonna say I was like good friends with Austin or Ray or anything. We spoke a couple times each. We knew who each other were, and and there's some other people in there that were let go as well that are not there anymore. Austin, I know that Tom wants back, and I think Austin will come back at some point. But again, like I don't want to sit here and badmouth anyone in case I have to work with them again in the future, which is always possible. Like it's a small Air Force, it's a small finance, is small NFTs. This is a small world that we're like high finances is a small world. So, and there's some things that are public, some things that aren't. You remember in the movie Moneyball, where the A's lost Johnny Damon to the Yankees, and then everyone was like, "Oh man, we got to replace Johnny Damon. We got to replace Johnny Damon. He's an all-star," and he's just like, "Yes, he is, but is he worth the $7 million a year that the Yankees are paying him? I don't think so. If you ask me, this opens up a whole slew of other opportunities for you." Ray, who has been instrumental in certain things and not so instrumental in other things. I don't know exactly the salary that he was drawing. I don't know the exact salaries of what anyone was drawing. But I think with the updates in AI recently, Tom and the core team can get more done now by themselves than they could a year ago with everyone. And the fact that they no longer have to pay Ray that CEO salary opens up an insane amount of opportunity for them, insane amount of run rate. Fundamentally, nothing's changed about the company. They're running leaner, they're getting more done, and they're not they're not being charged as much. They can go in and they can essentially run forever on the staff that they have now. Now they don't want to do that. Eventually they'll raise a little bit of money and they'll hire people back, but you don't need to hire like senior devs. You don't need to, like, you can get a lot of this work done with very few people, but they will step on the gas at some point. They will accelerate. They'll announce that partner. I don't know when. I'd say summer. It could be sooner. And again, that's DEVVE. So I think that with the release of the CEO and you see the people. I mean, you asked about DEVVE, so we'll go over DEVVE first. We're up 28% on the day, and that's just like the day. Like I know we're up farther than that on like the week. Let me go to DEVVE here on the. My back. Or we were on the week here. Where were we? Okay, on the 12th. On the 12th of February, we're at 4.5 cents. Now we're at 6.8 cents. So that's like 54% in 2.5 days. So I'm pretty happy about that. Now, granted, it's down like 99%. Is it? I think it is. From the all-time highs. No, it's down like still 96% from like all-time highs, right? Like $1.80. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I put a bunch of money into DEVVE, and I should be stacking more, or I should have stacked more at 4.5 cents, right? But you don't know where you didn't know where the bottom is. You know, I had a buddy of mine buy a bunch at 20 cents, and then went to 15, and then 10, and then it's like, okay, well, if he's buying at 20, I should buy at 10. But again, I didn't know where the bottom was, so kept going, 4.5 cents. Like, oh, can it go to like $1 million market? And it didn't. It stopped at 4.5, and then took a bounce from there. So yeah, for DEVVE, again, you have people that I think are slowly beginning to recognize that it's better for the company to run a little leaner. It's better for the company to, again, if they do decide to raise money and just get like one junior developer that can do the work of like what 2 senior developers could last year with the assistance of Claude and everyone. That's, yeah, this is for any AI or any well, SaaS companies, the revenues I've seen in companies, the multiple at which they're valued at is not like 30x revenues anymore. It's like 15x revenues. So software as a service is, I don't want to say being phased out, but I've said before, specifically for artists, but this holds true for developers as well, is that AI is not going to take your job. Somebody working with AI will 100% take your job if you let technology pass you by. Again, I meant it for artists when I said it, but this is 100% true for developers as well. You as a senior dev, yeah, you might still be better than a junior dev with AI, with like Claude, but yeah, no one's going to pay you $250,000 a year to do the job that a junior dev can do that job with Claude. Yeah, there's no, so again, your job, do not let technology pass you by. Anyway, I think DEVVE, FIAS, and we'll go over FIAS next, and FIAS is up like crazy also, for good reason. So I think this opens up a lot of opportunities for DEVVE. I think FIAS, because it's built on DevX, on that DevX blockchain, like there's so many advantages to building on the fastest blockchain in the world, and like nobody knows about it. So and again, what FIAS is doing is absolutely incredible. Anytime sleep and comment. All right, so 50% of AI dev has reported issues and low ROI. Probably need another 12 to 24 months. I guess it depends which ones are they talking about? They're talking about Gemini, talking about Claudebot, they're talking about ChatGPT, because there are. I mean, I don't know what it'd be for ChatGPT. I know with Claude, like everyone's just like it's things that you don't have to. You scarcely have to check anymore. But again, that's what I'm hearing, and I guess in your part of the world, you were hearing different things. Can you link me some of those quotes? And I would love to read them. MIT did a review with hundreds of companies. I'm very curious to see when they did this. MIT review AI dev. Let's see what that 2025, 2026, MIT Sloan Management Review, MIT Technology Review analysis indicates that while 55% of developers see productivity gains with generative AI coding assistance, up to 95% of enterprise AI projects fail to deliver significant value. That's not because of AI. That's just because startups in general, I feel like, fail to produce that value. But while AI excels at boilerplate code and testing create technical debt, if used without proper guidelines, agreed. Video discusses the high failure rate of AI projects. Okay, so this was in August of 2025. The updates that have come out since, especially like in the last like 4 months, have been insane. So I'm 100% sure that this study is real. It's 100% accurate. It might even be underscoring that might even be 98%. But recently, like because again with AI, like 4 months ago is not recent anymore. It's like the internet. It's like you're gone from the internet for 2 weeks, you miss a whole bunch of stuff. Like for example, do you know that Pokemon retains all the information that they get from Pokemon Go and who visited the Pokestops? So Pokemon actually has all the data on who is on Jeffrey Epstein's island, and some people are trying to petition Pokemon, hey, release this data so we know who is on. It's insane. But anyway, you wouldn't have known that if you were off the internet for the last week or even a couple of days. But yeah, so again, this is, I'm sure it's 100% true, but since August 2025, it's been an insane recap. Moving forward fast. Yeah, it's bananas. Amelia says, hey fam, we got new users. It shows the numbers already. It's on the thumbnail. We got like 1,600 new users. Now, how many of those are actually new? And how many of those are people that were in years ago? They sold all their stuff and their wallet technically read zero. They had no collectibles, right? And then those people bought something back. That would still count as a new user. When an account, VeVe doesn't measure accounts when they make them. They only measure accounts when you have a collectible in it. So I'm sure that we did get a couple hundred new users this past week. But I think what happened is that the announcement of the reverse merger with Orange Cloud made it so that you had older people, and I've seen it online a lot. We'll talk about it later. You have older people that were in years ago that had sold off their stuff. They're like, wait, because we have that article from Collect as well. Like VeVe's about to be interoperable, and they're getting listed on Nasdaq. Let me go back in and buy some stuff. So I guarantee you that's what's happening more than anything else. So we'll actually take a look at some of the stuff here. And shout out to Prita, VeVe France for she just gives these to me every week. She's just so we'll do this. So yeah, we only had 70 new people make their first purchase the week prior, but now we have 1,673 people in this past week. So I think that's really significant. Now, can we sustain that? I don't think so. How much of this was because of a drop? I mean, we did have Boba Fett, and I know it's not first appearance, but Boba Fett was the first appearance movie prop, which I think is very significant. And we made a bit of money on that too. How many were sold? 42.21. That's actually a lot. Yeah, it made over 100,000 on that drop, 105,000. And we did have Chun-Li as well. That was on the 7th. But we didn't do a lot of Chun-Li. That Chun-Li's was like very, very small. We sold out of the secret rare, obviously, because they're all going to get that secret rare. But there's less common that were sold than the secret rare. Yeah, 7,700. And then what was the rare? The rare had to be, I think, even less. 91 of her were sold. That is bananas. So 45. So that's and I forget. Hold on, 257. So it made like 30,000. So $30,000 was made on that, which is really not a lot. I expected it to be reversed. I expected Chun-Li to do well and Boba Fett because I wasn't sure how it would do, but obviously the numbers speak for more themselves. 105,000, is nice. So we did, but how many new people we got from that? I don't know. Again, I only can look so much into the numbers. So David, I talked to David the other night. He did say he'll come on after everything. It'll be sometime in March. This is, of course, if the deal with Orange Cloud goes through, which it should. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. But once that happens, he said he'd come on, and after certain things happen. Also, I I might get to see David and Dan soon in New York. I can't say with what yet, but and it might not happen, but it should. We'll see. Anyway, what was that? Is it possible for Komi to rebrand, migrate OMI into Collect Coin native token? I mean, the reason why Collect Chain doesn't have its own token was so it wouldn't impede on OMI's success. It wouldn't step on OMI's toes. I think that OMI will, as other assets come onto Collect Chain, not just, obviously we're the first, but as other assets come on the collect chain, and I think there's a bunch of licenses that are not yet part of VeVe that will go on collect chain. Obviously VeVe and OMI are the first, but the other ones, when they come on, they're probably going to burn OMI with the transactions. So I see a very significant OMI burn for that in the future. So it'll essentially be like a token for collect chain without being a token for collect chain. Because again, who runs it? Dr. Collect. Aside from David and Dan, he is the biggest OMI whale, like, in the world. And it's not even close. Like, nobody else has anywhere close to him. So yeah, if he can do something that will be beneficial to VeVe and OMI, like burning, he's gonna do it. VeVe says, yo, hype about this Predator drop tomorrow. We've had a lot of talks about Predator because actually I haven't even looked at the special edition. Oh, these are good. Oh, there's a bunch of crafts too. Oh, these are all $50. Oh, damn, these are all $50. Oh, the secret rare is 175. Okay. Yeah, so we've had a bunch of Predator drops, but they've all been like posters. Like they haven't been like. Yeah, this is good. What is this from? Okay, Dense Jungle, this world, Predator franchise finally up, Jungle Predator, different. Yeah, these are dope. Predator Badlands was like so good. I love this stuff. Okay, there's craft. Okay, there's craft. Special editions 1 of 50, secret rares 1 of 175. See, I like this type of stuff. What we had today with Marvel Mighties, what do we make, like $16,000 today? Like, I like stuff like this. Like, let's look at I want to look at the Marvel Mighties that we had today real quick. Yeah, the scarcest one was 1 of 350. You know, that's not a lot. So $18,000 is off by a couple grand. VV Zombie says, "Yo, what up, Zombie? Meow 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 meow." Was it? I heard AI is going to take a ton of white collar jobs. At some point, it probably will, but again, AI in the next 6 months to a year won't take your job, but somebody that is adept at using AI and is technologically literate with AI, they will take your job if you are not. For white collar, well, for a lot of jobs. I agree, as fast as we can measure. I wish VeVe Fox would update her Ghost Wallet spreadsheet. She was great. I loved her. She's been on the podcast before. I want to get her on again. She just I don't know where she went. But we're gonna give her space, obviously. Rayid says, oi, 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 oi. Mo says, new users coming back is great in my books. Nice. Yeah. Either new users or users coming back is good for the space. Oh my god, OBL, shout out VeVe Fox, what a legend. OBL, you were a legend, girl. Only 51 minted. So yeah, you got one, right? Did you mint that or did you buy it off the secondary? Because I got a couple here. I got the ultra rare and the rare. That like is cool. But the secret rare was like $150, and I was like, oh, I could buy like 1 million OMI with that. Oh, it's 135. So 135. It's still not bad. Not bad. So it's like 9 pulls, right? I've been waiting for. If partner statue goes back down to like 840, I'll get another. But I'm waiting to buy something. I don't even know what, but when I see something at a really good discount, but everything's kind of staying steady. Oh, 3 pulls and you got it? The heck? Yeah, like I said, it's like yeah, it's 135 on 3 of them were bought here too. And on the yeah, I just I can't do it. Ben Chris Randy, will you be my Valentine? Oh, of course, Day. Let me Let me just send this to someone real quick. Hello, meow 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 meow. NAR is the best looking collectible I've seen so far. Which one is even NAR? Nezar? No, hold on. Let me type in Celestial and see what comes up. Celestial. Yeah, I think you mean Nezar, right? Not Asherem, Esson, Exitar. Exitar's cool. One Above All is like dope. But yeah, I only got the rare and ultra rare. I didn't get the uncommons. Although the uncommons are pretty easy to get. Oh, and AR. Oh, okay. I mean, he looks dope, right? He looks dope. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to take a look at let's do FIAS here, because FIAS is another one that we gotta get to. Up 19% on the day, $2.1 million market cap, 1.7 cents. Now let's take a look at FIAS in the past week, which has been doing, I think, pretty well also. It's up 60% in the last week, 61% in the last 2 weeks, so it's kind of the same, then 20% the last 30 days. It dropped pretty hard. I think it dropped to like $1 million market cap, and then, went crazy there. Do I? Sorry, give me 1 second. I have to make so many calls later. Do I get to? Again, I don't really have any FIAS. I should get. I mean, I don't want to guess now that it's up 60% this last week. It's like, oh, do I? Should it? Yeah, I wrecked it. I wrecked up. I hacked up, guys. Anyway, my friend that I was floating some money for finally paid me back, and it's gonna take 3 business days to get to my, because like he paid me back in crypto, and I was like, okay, bring it to my account here, and it's what do you call it? They were gonna charge like $130 to bridge over, like to have some money fast. Like, no, I'll just wait the 1 to 3 business days, and then now I have some other opportunities. Like, probably should have just paid the 130. So I don't know what other. I have a bunch of. I don't even know if I could say. I'm just gonna say it. There's someone that I know that owns shares in DMA Link. That is the company that owns Definity, which is doing amazing, by the way. And I want more shares, and I can get them at a discount. Now, I don't have a lot of money to do that with. Actually, I would need, and I could borrow it. Because again, the thing with private companies is that the only time you can exit out is if the company raises money, or if they get bought out, or in VeVe's case, if they go public. Bill Gardner won't be the only one with shares when VeVe goes public. I wonder. Yeah, good times. Anyway, I'll get him on the podcast again. Anyway, yeah, if anyone wants to go in on that, let me know. Let's go to Omire saying, guys, imagine one variant of Predator was animated with the same mint count as Miles. Yeah. I don't think Predator would be like the same grail as Miles would be, but that's probably also why the Marvel Mighties didn't do that well today either, is because Predator, right? The Ides of February. Also, it's Valentine's Day. Nobody was really on the app today. I was on the app today because I'm a freaking loser. Whose girl had left him yet again last month. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Randy, do you think the big February announcement was the orange cloud? This was not the announcement that David has been teasing for like 9 months. If there, unless it's that announcement that he's been teasing since like Portugal last year, any other announcement that they would have in February is probably going to be nowhere near as big as this. Now he could surprise me. David could be like on the 28th, be like, bro, 27th, they'd be like, bro, Pokemon, and it explodes, like, right? But well, let's face it, probably not. I mean, he's got every other license in existence. Like, I guess I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah, I would say this is it. Unless the other thing is Pokemon, like whatever other announcement that it could possibly be, and I'm sure he's got a bunch. I'm positive there's a bunch of other ones. They're all going to be small because this is like, dude, a Nasdaq listing is insane. Like you don't get, like, none of my companies have ever gotten this, so I'm positive this is the big one. Anyone going to buy Orange Cloud stock? I listen. I wouldn't yet. Now, granted, you could buy it here at $1.12. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, like at $1.12, and it could go up to 2.24. You could double your money by next week. But I don't know what they're going to do as far as dilution of the shares, giving shares out to the VeVe holders, and then what you might be able to get the VeVe shares at, either on or before. Like, I don't know what. I don't know where this goes. So I would take the wait and see approach. That's what I'm doing. I don't have any Orange Cloud. I told my guys, like, hey, if you want to gamble, but I want to see how this plays out first. Most of them are taking the wait and see approach. We don't know what's going to happen. So be advised, other people have. I think there's people that bought at like $1.40 the other day, $1.50, like that. But again, how many people are like putting in like hundreds of thousands? That's probably not a lot. Could it be a good move? It could absolutely be a good move. Could be a great move, or it could not be. We don't know. Oh wow. Okay. Anyway, so we did the FIAS, we did DEVVE. Okay, DEFINITY. Yeah, we haven't gone over that yet. About 3.8% on the day, $2 million market cap. They are just such a cash cow. Let me see if I can. Believes was on the other day. I think it was like Wednesday, right? I really want to. My future, forget my past. I think Believes is on 3 days ago. I can't. I don't know why my YouTube is not. I'm not going to be able to find it. Long story short, I had I sent him something, and he's like, "Holy crap!" And it was there's some of DEFINITY's numbers, like they're crushing it, and the fact that they're a $2 million market cap to me is insane. Like again, December they had the best month ever. January they had the best month ever. Are they gonna have the best month? No, like, because like with their business models is a lot of volatility. And when people want to like trade in and out of stuff, like they capitalize. Their rails are great. Their margins are fantastic. And January was such a bloody month that they killed it. Like they crushed it because everyone needed to trade. They accepted the higher fees, and they just went crazy in January. So do they get there? Have another greatest month again this month? Probably not. But even still, like even if it's only what it was in December, gonna like, oh god, yeah, gonna crush it. Anywho, so most of my net worth not necessarily in DEFINITY, just the companies associated with them, and I've done quite well. Shout out to Manu for being awesome. He's a good dude. I got a couple $100 more worth of DEFINITY recently. And I should get more because I don't have really a lot of the token. Yeah, I should get more, especially at 1.3 cents. So, I mean, I was able to potentially get some at a penny, missed it, and who knows if I'm gonna have to like miss it again. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, and also there's other stuff I want to do, and I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Like, there's so many things going on. Anyway, let's do OMI because we haven't done that yet. OMI is down 6% on the day, but still at 00014. Still not bad. I should probably buy some. $38 million market cap. Let's see where the volume is coming from, shall we? Let's shall. They are at 1.5 million in volume, so not a ton here. 5% coming from Uniswap on base, or I guess 10% between Uniswap and OKX, 20% on BingX, Deepcoin, 500,000 on there, which I don't think was really real, but I'd say $1 million in real volume, which is pretty good. So I'll take that. Also be advised for Definity, the volume on $1,200 in volume on ETH on Uniswap. So not a ton. But if you go take a look over at MEXC, you had $83,000 in volume. How's that? Probably just because of the market maker. Like I don't see any other real reason why it, like there's not that much volume. There's not that much stuff like it. Oh, you actually have a, oh, it's like, I thought it was $1,000, like $100 on Pancake Swap. That's like nothing, right? Anywho, let's get to FIAS, OMI, DEVVE. Okay, yeah. Let's get to some of the news here. Actually, before we do that, I just want to go over some of the prices for some of the collectibles here. To take a look at that, see if there's anything worth buying. I mean, there's always stuff worth buying, right? Secret Rare Luke Skywalker, 426. Last one sold for 355. Not bad. Grogu and Pram, under $200. The most popular ones are Spider-Man Secret Rare, Partner Statue, VeVe Gold and Silver logo, Todd Batman. The Secret Rare, or I'm sorry, the Common Special Edition Boba Fett, 43 in circulation, and it's like $900. Whew, that's a lot. Anyway, then Chun-Li Secret Rare, 53 of them have been bought, which is insane. And still at like $100. All right, Secret Rare Spider-Man, Comey Secret logo, the Secret Rare logo, I should say. Superman, he's always in, and then Marvel Comics Secret Rare. Huh. Okay, 2 of those sold. The one that I'm looking to try to do is like, I don't know, Spider-Man 25 hundo. It's really cheap. I mean, there's so many. The reason why I choose partner statue, let's say, 2.5 partner statues over one Spider-Man is that, one, if you can have, let's say Spider-Man's 3K, or like 2,800, and partner statue is like 900. You could sell a partner statue on the way up, whereas Spider-Man, like, let's say he goes to like 10K, cool, you sell him, triple your money, 4x your money, whatever. But, then that's it. Then he can go up to 20, 50, 100. Then he's like, shit. But if you go and have 3 partner statues, like, okay, sell one at 8K, 8x your money, goes to 15K. You do it again, and then it goes to 30K. So you get it on the way up, and you have more options to hit closer to the top. Also, again, Secret Rare Spider-Man is iconic. It's legendary. Dr. Prophet has like 10% of them. He's got like 90 of them. But if you didn't want the Secret Rare, you can get the Ultra Rare or the 32,000 common. or the thousands of rare and uncommon, or the dozens of other Spider-Man we have on here. And granted, you can get that with Mickey also. There's a bunch of Mickeys on here. There's only one Walt. And I don't think that's ever going to change. If it does, you know, rip to my thesis. But as of right now, only one. Ah, yes. Thanks for watching. Come ask me anything. Meow, 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 at VeVe, at daCat, $, OMI, do $, DEVVE, Definity. What else do we do? What else do we do? That should be about it. That should be fine. Repost. Thank you, Omar, for being the best. All right, we got some Omar posting the stream. Good evening, Omar. Thank you for being awesome. Because I don't know why it doesn't show me, X doesn't show me streaming this, but Omar found it and I reshared it. Anyway, yeah, so partner statue, and it's so liquid. There's 20 of them that have been bought this month. So pretty much 2 out of every 3 days, there's a partner statue being bought. Someone brings it down to $8.59. I'll buy it. I'll buy one right now. $8.59. Anyone? No, just me. Okay. Let me continue on here. And then we got to get to the news because it's been a while. What type of account can you purchase Orange Cloud on? TD, Ameritrade, E-Trade, anything that where you can buy on the Nasdaq. I think Fidelity, you can do that as well. It's been a while though, so I haven't traded in a bit. Oh shoot, what did I have on? Okay, did I do this on Tuesday? No, I did not. Pokemon bargain mart meeting all your special needs. On February 10th, BlackRock and other ETFs bought $166 million worth of Bitcoin. Do not get excited. That has changed in the last few days. Kidnappers in the Nancy Guthrie case have reportedly demanded $6 million in Bitcoin. Threatening messages of deadlines were sent to media along with public Bitcoin wallet address. That wallet is now receiving funds. At the same time, FBI and SWAT units are gathering near her home. That is insane. Oh, it was look at Bobby Green and David Yu, and David Yu was in Singapore, and says love moments like this, especially bumping into VeVe fam at Singapore airport. Collecting truly connects collectors around the world. I wonder what he was doing there. Apparently, he was doing stuff with Orange Cloud. Definity Markets says clear signal from traditional finance. Major banks publicly acknowledge that need to adopt Bitcoin and digital assets. The direction of travel is obvious. Institutional infrastructure, execution quality, and 24/7 market access will define who leads the transition. At Definity Markets, we're enabling institutions to access these markets with transparency, execution, quality, and risk analytics they expect. Hashtag institutional crypto, hashtag Bitcoin, $DEFX. The hiring rate has dropped 3.3%, the lowest since the 2020 pandemic. But we're trying to outbid each other for fun, but we've been pals 7 years old. Wait, what? Neopets? Neopets is still, you know, if you let me win, I would have sent that for free. I'm so glad to see your name. And Neo points. Damn, there's still, Neopets is still going on. I interviewed some of the team like a couple of years back, and they were going to do this whole metaverse thing. I think they ran out of funding, but that is so freaking cool that they're still, like, Neopets was awesome back in the day. There's quite a bit of sales on Secret Rare Spider-Man as well. Yeah, I've noticed that too. 9 of them. So 1 out of every 3 days, you have a Secret Rare Spider-Man sell. It is a flex to have one. And You can get a sub 100 for $15,000. I mean, if you have the money, that might actually be worth it. Let's say sub 100 partner statue. So if $15,000 like 7x, probably only like 6x, then $6,000 should get a sub 100. There's no way. $7,800. Yeah. Spider-Man is top dog in my opinion. Yeah, you can ask 10 different people the top 3 collectibles. You'll probably get most of the same answers, but Spider-Man's going to be at the top, like the top, not just top 3. Like it'll be a lot of people's number 1. The most popular superhero in the world. Even when President Obama was president, he said his favorite superhero was Spider-Man. So any sitting president that says your favorite superhero is Spider-Man, it's like, okay, big bump. Wait, Zombie, you got a 64 what? Secret Rare Spider-Man? That's really cool. How much would that go for? Like 10 grand? Because, I mean, if you go to Secret Rare Spider-Man right now, which I'll take a look at, Mr. Champs had his on there for a while. Now, his number 89. What, Mammoth, do you still have that? Oh my God. Okay, Zombie, yeah. Let's say 10K, right? Is that like 70-ish million OMI? Yeah, that'd be like 72 million OMI, give or take. That is, dude, for sub 100 Spidey. That's really nice. Be advised, I couldn't pay that. I mean, I could, but I'm not in the business. I can't give up that much OMI. But damn, that is a nice one. Damn. Oh, Diamond handed it. Walt Mammoth, freaking love you. Let me know what you decide to do. But yeah, I could do things with that 10 grand. So if I were, that's what I would do. But you know, that's me. That would put me at over 100 million. That's not a bad way to get. Not a bad way to get 100 million. Yeah. So be advised, you might get like 68 million or something with it because you know you have the fees. Actually, you'll get a bit less because it's like 10% fees. So you only get 9 grand worth. So you might only get like 64 million. But still, it's pretty legit. Japan's stock market keeps hitting new all-time highs despite expectations of more rate hikes this year. Nancy Mace says South Carolina is the fastest growing state in America. Home prices in Charleston County hit $715,000. Families who bought decades ago now face massive tax bills just for selling. Our new bill eliminates capital gains taxes on home sales. All of it. Your equity belongs to you. Making home ownership affordable. Again, act. Let's get it done. Thank you, Nancy Mace. We love you. Denmark's largest bank, Danske Bank, to offer Bitcoin crypto trading. Very good. Been a wild month so far. Oh, former Bay. It's been a wild month so far on VeVe Official, KCBMW. Looking at all of his stuff, and we'll take a look at it here. Bunch of significant mints on the Boba Fett, and on this one as well. Number 1000, number 420, Blaze It, another 1000, and number 71, number 501, and number 420, Blaze It. Damn, that's so freaking cool. U.S. economy added 130,000 jobs in January, which is a bit higher than expectations. Oh, don't want that. Largest. Okay. DEVVE announcements. We've been building our future for over 9 years. All of the main things needed in this future use of blockchain: high speed, high throughput, cost effectiveness, security protections, risk management, all are things that DevX does best. Why this is not a pivot. We are not fundamentally pivoting, in my view. Rather, we're taking the fundamental financial infrastructure we've been building for years and applying it within what I believe to be the largest up-and-coming category. In the past, people have criticized DEVVE of not targeting the hottest areas, but we have stayed our course along with original vision around TradFi and enterprise. Now, however, I envision the hottest category in blockchain in 2026 will be the junction of AI and blockchain, where we will be the strongest. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos named as America's greatest innovators, Forbes reports. Agreed. Okay. 2025 payroll revision came in at negative 862,000, the largest downward revision since the 2009 financial crisis. Are we cooked, fam? I don't know. Sleep in Comics always talks about VeVe rank, saying time to collect Bub, the top Wolverine digital comics on VeVe. He likes to post the top digital comics. We love Sleeping for that. He's the man. Oh, dude, water is so good. I was so upset when I couldn't drink water for, god damn. Couldn't drink water for like 16 hours because I was dying. But then I my stomach decided to not want to commit seppuku, and I was able to drink a little bit of water. U.S. records the lowest job growth in 2025 for a non-recession year since 2003. Bruh. Everyone comment F down below to pay respects to James Van Der Beek, who had unfortunately passed away February 11th. The U.S. House approved a bill that now requires proof of U.S. citizenship and photo ID to vote in federal elections. Let's go. Let's go. Yep. Yeah, Definity's crushing it. Crushing your head. Crushing your head. TLDR for DEVVE. DEVVE and FIAS are embracing AI for future growth and business targets. The FIAS platform expands DevX by making it easy for both AI and traditional builders to deploy real-world applications, while existing DevX financial products remain intact and moving forward, including the Dev Exchange, Dev Lending and Borrowing, Dev Liquidity Routing. DevX provides the high-scale transaction layer. DEVVE powers the liquidity and settlement. Contingent transaction sets enables atomic, trustless exchange. FIAS-built DevX projects will require DevX capabilities directly feeding into the existing Dev ecosystem. House passes bill to end President Trump's tariffs on Canada. See how that goes. Tom Anderson says, it's clear you had a specific mental model for how things move ahead. Read the update and understand it. I've known there are people who would be focused solely on the partner, but bigger things are moving in the space right now. I have a call with the partner next week. Actually, he had that call and it went well. To tell them about how we are integrating AI and blockchain, even for the partner, and I think the narrative will be very compelling. It is. Yep, is involved. Will is very involved. Will Stewart, he wants to be executive chairman, meaning he operationally grows the business with Tom. He's never seen him more excited about anything than what we're doing right now. I think that's very big. Tom says, yes, I was the person on the call that originally got their head of innovation excited about our technology. That's where the Harry Potter magic came from. I'm hopeful that they will find a new AI direction exciting as well. Most TradFi understands this is the focus of 2026 and beyond. I was instrumental in closing in the first place, but I then didn't interact with them throughout most of 2025. I'm starting the conversation with them myself. I have a history of closing things. He does. He's very good at it. He and Tom are very good together. Will and I will take over the business development side of things. Will has tremendous experience and success in closing big partnerships with big players, and he is more involved now than ever. I think once people kind of read this and understood it, that's why we had the bounce in price for DEVVE. As I mentioned Dev Exchange quite a bit through the update, please go back and read it. 30 million tokens forever has no legal right at this point to use. It was just mechanical. I'll coordinate getting it dotted, I's dotted and T's crossed on it. but we'll close all that out on the tokenomics. We'll be better in a better place. I've committed to only having 300 million tokens. This is a very strong update. Tom says, thank you. It is. I'll just give one example. I started a new programmer last Friday. He has already done refactored from scratch 2 big efforts that took 6 months of development, and we are moving ahead quickly at this point. I have a call with the partner coming up. I let them know Ray isn't involved anymore. I'm optimistic about it. I don't have too much more to update until then. Again, he had that call. It went great. Tom says, yeah, I imagine the system with all the hooks into traditional business, all the models all set up and ready to go without having to get your own API keys, all the protections in place so that the system doesn't go off the rails and do things that create real damage and integrated with blockchain so you can build blockchain applications easily. Will there be a public roadmap? Penguin asked this question. Tom says, I'm going to be giving more general updates or more granular updates in general. When you ask for a roadmap, you're saying, I want to see where the project is going. Yes, we will give lots of new information on a more regular basis. Very happy with the announcement. Yeah, so this guy says, I'm very happy with the announcement and the current development, specifically things that are now under one roof with one mission. Tom says, yes, that's important. There were admittedly challenges with things being separated, so this is a fresh start in that sense, and it will be good for everyone. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel to where our DEVVE tokens will not be on the Ethereum blockchain and on the DEVX one? Tom says, I'm significantly more optimistic about timing on that myself, now that AI is speeding up the development. This is one of the most important things here. Things that took massive amounts of time before are happening quickly. A small team can do so much more now, which means that we can leverage our IP and approach so much easily. Will there be a new chairman / president for Forever? Tom says, Forever is not managing tokens any longer. We're figuring out a transition plan and what that will all entail. I'll update everyone as we finalize everything. DEVVE is still the IP holder for everything. People's ownership doesn't change. The main thing that changed is that all of the tech and direction is now under one roof, and that is best for everyone. As I described this above, I'll be taking over interactions with the partner and we'll see where it goes. They liked our tech before and we have more to offer now as well, so they should be doing quite well. Tom says, believe me, so many of the technical frustrations, i.e. the innate time it takes to get stuff done, are in a better position. I'll be blunt, you're coming into my channel saying things you know nothing about. This is the one and only warning. This is my channel now and we are going back to the old way of doing things. Everyone here is here to help us grow, or you can leave. Constructive criticism is always good, as it always has been. I was patient over the past 2 months as people had valid concerns and frustrations, but I'm no longer patient. I gave a very positive update. We're making tremendous progress already, and we're going to grow as a community. Everyone may feel free to ask questions, but the old days of soft butters are over. We're going to grow this in a powerful way. Agreed. Tom says, we have runway right now for the current team and are accomplishing more over the past month than we did over the last year. Obviously, that's because a lot of stuff with AI has gotten better. Things have definitely changed, but for the better in most ways, I think. I think many aspects of the business are in a better position. There are no guarantees, of course. There never are. Please go back and read the update. Meow, meow, meow. Don't ask question multiple ways. Can we answer differently? The partner has been too much of the focus on things. Everyone should read the full update and understand where we are and things are going as a whole. Obviously, the partner is still important. They still have it. We're all good. But Tom's saying that as big as the partner is, a lot of stuff that he's doing with the company are even bigger. And I believe so. I believe. We're in the process of transitioning on older efforts, but that isn't the main thing now. We have plenty of leads and ability to execute on the AI direction. Will is very connected. I'm in control of remaining tokens. We'll get an update out on where we're going with the tokens, but we'll be in a better position. I've already made the decision to limit to 300 million and we'll do no more. He doesn't want to go into any further details on Ray. This is standard with this kind of thing. I plan to start with the new comms next week and I'll describe priorities there and update for other questions. Partner I described above, I'll give more info when I can. Some of the development plans will depend on funding, so some of your questions don't have answers yet. I'd love to get other people. I'd love to get Austin involved again. We'll see how things go. I think Austin will come back at some point. Oh gosh. Oh, my body. It burned. Okay. Hard to find. Nancy Mace comes in and says, to be honest, hard to find a legitimate reason not to expose every word in the Epstein files except for and unless you are prosecuting someone. That isn't happening. DOJ will lose in court if it comes to that. Get him, Nancy. Freaking love Nancy. Come on the podcast. Girl. February 11th, 1.5 million OMI burned. Not bad. Text you. Okay, very good. Deadline update. Moving forward, all VeVe bounties for comics and crypto will now expire 30 days from the original drop date and time. Example, drop February 15th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Expires March 17th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to contact us and claim your reward before it's gone forever. Excuse me. Woo. Oh, what else should I try to eat today? I had a donut before. I'm very fat. I don't need to be this fat. I'm very fat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry you have to look at me. I'm so fat. But I promise I will get more pleasing to look at as the year goes on. Vince, you've been part of the community for a while, and I've appreciated your support over time. That said, I won't have you or anyone come in and vent without being constructive. If the direction we're going isn't to your liking, then you should leave. Oh, get him, Tom. Let me add some color. The work Ray did throughout 2025, I was largely not involved in. I oversaw various aspects of it as board-level type of role, but there are a number of things I would have done differently. Ray is gone. I'm pushing forward as described in the update I gave today. This approach and focus solves many issues that were experienced over the past year. I'm happy to go through this with you and everyone why this is the best approach. Also, it leverages what we have built technologically, and the update goes over those concepts in depth. This is my only warning. Fundraising is never easy. To be sure, in growing Amazon, Bezos said the early rounds where we are now were the hardest thing he ever did in business. Anyone who tells you otherwise hasn't done it themselves. That said, I'm confident that I'll bring in funding. I'm 1,000% positive. Maybe some of it's already come in. I have a lot of experience doing so. Same. First priority is securing funds. I had 2 investor meetings today. Yes, he did. For example, investor funds will, of course, be part of what determines priorities. The first priorities I see right now are re-architecting DEVX. We can do now with so much quicker, and finalizing the FIAS platform beta and its integration with DEVX. I'll be giving more information on direction in the next couple weeks. Yeah. Man, that Dr. Doom 2099 brought in over, what was that, like 9 grand? 10 grand? Hold on one sec. That was on February 10th. I heard people complain about it too. Yeah. Yeah, $10,500. People were complaining because it was like 15 gems, and it's like, bro, like, it's only 1,000 of them. And it's pretty cool. Pretty cool comic. And yeah, I made 10 grand with it, so I'm very happy with it. BlackRock on the 11th sold $73 million in Bitcoin. The Epstein file claim that the Queen of England was a client. Newly released document quotes Murray Gell-Mann saying he was under the impression that Epstein's clients included the Queen of England, but there's no independent evidence confirming it. There's a lot of people that are probably in the files but they can't. Like Ron Paul, Michael Saylor, and George Lucas were also mentioned, but they were mentioned as them being like incorruptible. So good on those guys. And I'm sure the Queen being mentioned as well is just, why would she need to be a client, you know? The House did pass the Save America Act, mandating voter ID for federal elections as soon as this November. Huge. On this day, 10 years ago, I was driving a bus in Kuwait. How do I make this freaking face? Whatever. 10 years. Okay, yeah, aged a little bit. Maybe a little bit more than 10 years, but you know what? Military was a rough career. There's a $2,000 bounty for Predator Secret Rare Mint number 87. Really? Mint number 87. Hold the heckin' phone. I'll give him a call. Call forward. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. Sean is with his bae, which is fine. There's $2,000 for mint number 87. Is there no mint number 1987 for the common? Oh, there's not. The common's only out of 1475. Predator was released in 87. When was Predator? Yeah, June 12th, 1987. Oh, not all. Okay. Anyway, $2,000 bounty for mint number 87 for the secret rare tomorrow. Now, granted, it's paid in gems, so the price is $50. The fud. So you can get 40 of these and not get it. Although, so like, there's no way that it sells that many, but even if it's only, yeah, this should get like 15, 30K. I'd like to see this do 30K because this is dope. I mean, you really can only get common, rare, and secret rare, and then special edition common too, because you could craft the. And even the rare is at a 675. The common's the one that's going to be not good, but the rare at 675 will still retain most of its value, and the secret rare will go insane, obviously. Okay. Orange Cloud Technology. Yep. Coinbase says users currently unable to buy, sell, or transfer crypto as of February 12th at 1:24 p.m. I don't know why that was the case, but it was. Today's Saturday. Polymarket launches 5-minute Bitcoin price markets. That's insane. My podcast guest on Thursday, me and Brittany. Coinbase misses Q4 estimates, post $667 million loss, sees revenues tumble 20%. That is wild. Coinbase did buy $39 million worth of Bitcoin in Q4 2025. California's proposed wealth tax cost the state an estimated $1 trillion in lost investments in businesses as billionaires flee. California, as well, I'll never visit you. I'll visit, but I'll never live there. New York City bar opens for people with AI partners. Dining tables optimized to dine with their AI companion. Jesus, man. Nicole Arbor asked, I don't understand why the Epstein victims still won't name names. Elon says most of the child victims were turned into traffickers themselves by Epstein after age 18, making them commit crimes with him. Epstein ensured their silence more than any NDA possibly could. They should be offered amnesties in order to testify. Agreed. They should. Jesus, Anthropic's run rate revenue is insane. Anthropic was making nothing in 2023. Made 100 million in 2024, $1 billion in 2025, and 14 billion today. The 10x growth rate each of the past 3 years. That is insane. That is a 10x growth rate each of the past 3 years. That is bananas. Jesus. United States signs trade deal with Taiwan, cutting tariffs to 15%. In return, Taiwan will remove the 99% of trade barriers on the U.S. and purchase $84 billion worth of American goods. You go, Taiwan. You go. Nope. What's today? Today's Saturday. I believe it's coming on tomorrow, right? Let me just make sure. I want to leave some stuff for Monday. Okay, yeah. And then on Monday, I'll do Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay. BlackRock has sold $157 million worth of Bitcoin on February 12th. Binance France CEO escapes home invasion as crypto crime rises in France. That's insane. We had there's a bug on the 10th, 11th, and 12th for the active wallets on VeVe. And on the 9th, we only had 472 users, but on the 7th and 8th, we had over 1,100 users, and then none of the other days had anything under 774. So that was nice. Trump's Truth Social files for Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF with the SEC. Czech president signs law ending Bitcoin capital gains tax. Let's go, Czech Republic. A whale has dumped 10,900 Bitcoin worth $730 million in just 3 days. That is insane. Treasury Secretary Bissett says the clear crypto rules will help the market. I agree. Sorry, guys. Odds of U.S. government shutdown on February 14th dropped to 25%. It's good for markets. Elon Musk's X now working on new option to filter timeline by country. White House official Patrick Witt says there are trillions of dollars in institutional capital on the sidelines waiting to enter the crypto market. Agreed. David Yu posting Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We'll get that at some point. I need to go over that. Or that. 12 years ago, we had Twitch Plays Pokemon come out, and that was one of the greatest things that humanity has ever accomplished. Anyway, Twitch played the original Red game, and for anyone knows, the Pokemon Red is it's a Gen 1 of Pokemon. You have Blue, Red, and then like X amount of months or a year later, Yellow version came out. Not too much of a difference between Red and Blue, but Red, they decided to go I forget who their starter was. But their starter got released. I think it was Charmeleon. I think he learned like Dig or whatever, and they would. Anyway, their team that won, eventually beating the game, was a god known as the Helix Fossil, a Messiah known as Bird Jesus, an angel or battery Jesus known as AA-J, Nidoking known as the Fawns, Air Jordan Lapras, a prince because he was air, and then the ATV all-terrain Venomoth. It was beating the game is fairly simple, but then you have like you had like millions of people like trying to tell this thing what to do, go every which way. And the biggest enemy was like a ledge, to be honest. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in a humanity do. It was so beautiful for anyone that was there. Oh, that was great. 25K, it's not a lot. And I think that is going to be it. BlackRock sold $9.3 million in Bitcoin on the 13th. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me today. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And everyone say bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. We love you.